Hold on. Everything connected?
I'm checking right now. I'm checking the YouTube page now.
Shalom, Israel. We're just trying to check out some technical difficulties real quick.
Especially this is directed to the sisters that are looking.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
We're coming through. It's just not coming through the speaker for whatever reason. Or that part wasn't coming through the speaker. We're coming through. It's just not coming through the speaker for whatever reason. Or that part wasn't coming through.
All right. See if you the wire. You can pull the wire out right there on top right there.
Yes, yes.
Right, yeah, that one. Pull that one out and pull it back in.
Salaki. I think we good now, sis. Let me know. Put a one in the chat if we good now. I think I might have. When you told me to pull out the cord, that's what did it.
But you already put it back in.
No, but you have to press unmute for it to go back
Oh,
on.
it went on mute automatically.
Yeah,
once
right.
you pulled
The
it
minute
out.
you pull it
Oh.
out, like with your phone, if you pull out your headphones while you're what's it called? Salaki, sis. Let me just get a one. If you still in the room, anybody in the room, just give me a one if you hear us.
Sir, I hear it. I hear it on the phone. We good, sir.
Yeah, Khan, we good. All right, Khan, continue.
All right.
Salaki about that.
Salakia to the brothers and sisters out there, Salakia, we have a little technical difficulties, but that is not going to stop us from pushing this brotherhood, from pushing these law, statutes, and commandments, from pushing sisterhood and motherhood and fatherhood. You know what I'm saying? By pushing, by pushing this, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are God's people, and we have to follow suit. So we're going to start off, we're going to start off with Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 13. This is what we're going to do. Because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, this is, this is what we have to do. Because, we've been doing the same old two-step too long. We've been normalizing the same old two-step too long. We're normalizing selling drugs. We normalized that. We was like, yo, man, we're going to have kids. We're going to make kids. Then we're going to say, yo, I got to sell drugs to feed my kids. I gotta sell drugs to that pregnant woman that's about to have a kid so I can feed my kids.
Right.
This is what we're doing. We've been trauma. That's from a trauma, That's from a trauma state of mind. That's from a depressing state of mind. I gotta feed my 2-year-old kid. Selling drugs. I gotta sell drugs. I gotta sell that dope to that, to that sister who's pregnant, who's about to have a kid. This is what we normalizing. We got brothers and sisters that's in the past have sold drugs. In the past have sold drugs. And I'm talking about people that's in the world. And they're thinking they don't have to, they stop. But they don't have no repentance. You see what I'm saying? They don't have no repentance over that. Because the people that they sold drugs to, they never apologize.
Right.
They still live in the hood on them. You know what I'm saying? They never apologize to those brothers and sisters who they sold drugs to. We never did it. So we walking around still looking at, and we normalize it like, oh, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I got over drugs. You stop selling drugs and everything's cool. Nobody say, I'm sorry for that. I was stupid. I was sick. We're not showing no true forgiveness because we don't know how to forgive.
Right.
But since, since 1969, the priests and prophets of the Isupk have been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians how to forgive, how to recognize your trauma, how to not normalizing, killing each other. Because we have to, and this comes all the way back from the rape and robbing and murder from our oppressor.
That's right.
All the stuff. I don't care what it is. You bring up slavery every time. You bring colonialism up every time. You bring up the cane fields, the cotton fields, the sugar cane fields, the cotton fields, then the rum, all that stuff. The tobacco field. You bring up, the Trail of Tears. You can't bring it up enough. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American. Bring it up every time. Blame everything on our oppressor. Blame it. Sisters, if you get a hangnail, blame it on the oppressor. Bring it on that dog, that white dog, the only dog. Because, the white woman is the only dog. She's the deviant. Blame it on her. The reason why you got a hangnail. You blame it on her. Yes, sis. Oh no, when you get when you do your kilocools and you got like extra nail or whatever that was jamming. Little hangnail. It's a hangnail, It's uncomfortable. Every time you put on your shirt, it snags. Finger snag, that's what it is. If you stump your toe in the house, you hit your pinky toe, blame it on that white woman.
You good.
Blame it on her.
Right.
Blame it on her first because you're a sister. Then you blame it on that white man. Because understand, you know what I'm saying, that the white woman is devious. Oh, she is so devious. She is so devious. And we try to get her a pass. You know what I'm saying? The civil rights. That was for, you know what I'm saying? That's for the brothers and sisters that was getting smacked in the face with bricks. We're getting smacked in the face with bricks. Then they start calling out minorities. And guess who benefit from civil rights? Guess who benefit? Guess who's the number one person who benefited from civil rights? Not even a Japanese woman. No. Your sister didn't benefit. Guess who benefit the most? White women. You know that was a so-called black thing. Civil rights. You march. You got stomped in the face with steel-toe boots. You got hit. You know what I'm saying? Our sisters got beat down. Our dogs. You see those pictures in the 60s? You saw those dogs, all that stuff. Y'all going to integration. You know what I'm saying? We got sisters that's 11 years old walking into these white schools and getting mentally ripped to pieces. Then she go home and take it out on her little brother. What happened to those kids? They got mentally destroyed by all the comments. Oh, look at you, you disgusting monkey. All that verbal abuse. Not only verbal abuse, the physical abuse, also because the military had to stand there to protect Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. At those schools, they got destroyed. How the 10-year-old could go to school and hear these vicious comments, vicious, then they just got to go home and deal with it. No safe place for us. Then we grow up and say, hey, I got to sell drugs to feed my kids. That's what they're going to say, because they've been traumatized. We've been traumatized. But let me go into the scripts. Let me go to the scriptures. Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 13.
This is Ecclesiastes 6 and 13. Separate thyself.
Say that again.
Separate thyself.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we need to do what?
Separate thyself.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, I'm going to say it again. We need to do what?
Separate thyself.
Go ahead.
From thine enemies.
From where?
Thine enemies.
But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have what?
Enemies.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have what?
Enemies.
Go on.
And take heed.
And take what?
Heed.
And take heed. Pay close attention. Serious attention. Take heed. Read on.
Of thy friends.
To who?
Thy friends.
Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians are what?
Friends.
Are friends. We have to separate ourselves from that enemy because we never did. We still in this country. Those, those brothers and sisters, that was forced to integrate into these schools. Then later on, when they get home, they took it out on their younger siblings. That's what happened. Then up until now, so up into the 80s, I got to sell drugs to feed my kids. I got to rob that brother to feed my nephew. I got to sell drugs. I got to sell drugs to that sister that's pregnant. I got to sell drugs to her so my kids can eat. I got to rob that brother who's coming home from work. I got to rob him because I got to feed my kids. Where did we learn this from? Huh? Who did we learn this from? We learned this from our oppressor based on the history of this country. Our oppressor, that's his philosophy. That's what he do. That his philosophy is the ends justifying the means. So if I have to rape that woman or rape that man, for that woman to be trauma and for that man to be trauma, and they can't fight again, they can't fight me anymore, and I could take what they have, the ends justifying the means. I could slaughter 99 million of the Native American Indians. I could slaughter them because the ends justifying the means. The ends justifying, that's their philosophy. But Salaki, sir, can you read that again?
Verse 13.
No,
Separate thyself from thine enemies.
Separate. That's what we have to do because we never did it. We never did it, Pedro. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rican tone. Angelito. You know what I'm saying? Chavez. Miguel. Brian. Rob. Joe. Fitzgerald. Huh? What's going on? What's going on, Dexter? Huh? What's going on? Huh? Jonathan? What? Maurice? Come on. What's going on, Mike? These is names of slave masters. For Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American. We still wearing our slave master name. We still doing that. We still doing that. And we say, and we do it with a proud. We proud slaves. We are proud slaves. You know what I'm saying? Then our slave man put this cloak on. You know what I'm saying? Put this cloak on. Like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Y'all free. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? How's you free from yourself? How you free from yourself? You can't run away from yourself. Like, oh, out of sight, out of mind. You still was raped. You still was molested. We still got traumas that we ain't get over. I'm still a damn alcoholic. Yes, sis. Huh? Say that again. You said home? Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome. That's what you know what I'm saying? Or continent dissonance. You know what I'm saying? Stockholm syndrome is when you get kidnapped. You get kidnapped by the rapists, like this country did to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. So, like it, sir. Matter of fact, let me go to the scripture on that. Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32.
Deuteronomy 28 and 32.
Yeah. Show you the Stockholm syndrome. This is the Stockholm syndrome, because Stockholm syndrome is people who get kidnapped, and they, you know what I'm saying, and during that time when they in a ditch or in a hole or in somebody's basement or in somebody's ship, they start developing feelings to the people who kidnapped them. They probably start to sympathize for the kidnappers. That's what they do. So how long do you know what I'm saying? That's not a Stockholm syndrome right there. Can you read that, Baba Shaw, if you have it?
There's verse 13. There's
28.
Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another
Wait. Say, started from the beginning?
Thy sons and thy daughters.
Listen to this, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, because this happened to the 12 tribes of Israel. This happened to us. Ain't nobody else on this planet. And we read in Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 32. Read that.
Thy sons and thy daughters.
Oh, wait. Say that slow, please, sir.
Thy sons and thy daughters.
Thy sons and thy daughters, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. What happened to our sons and daughters? What's going on with our sons and daughters on the border? What's going on with our sons and daughters in Haiti? What's going on, you know what I'm saying, with our sons and daughters in Nicaragua? What's going on with our sons and daughters in Santo Domingo? What's going on with our sons and daughters in Mexico? What's going on with our sons and daughters in Detroit? Read on.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
Say that again. Our sons and our what?
Daughters shall be given unto another people.
Our sons and our daughters should be given to another people. Should be given. We've been kidnapped. Guess who we've been given by? The Hamites, the so-called Africans. We was given to another people. Who was those people? The so-called Europeans. They done trade us. Read on.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
So we looking at our sons and our daughters. So, you know what I'm saying? The tribe of the Mexicans, the tribe of Isupk, God's chosen people, the Mexicans, is on the border. And their sons and their daughters have been separated on, you know what I'm saying, have been separated from their mother and father. And they just looking. They're just looking because they can't do nothing. And they are crying. And it's been 5 years later, and still you have kids still didn't see their own mother or father yet on the border. We forgot about that. Our Mexican brothers and sisters who are God's chosen people, who are the 12 tribes of Israel. Can't forget about that. Oh man, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got to go to work. I'm making this much money. That's not my business. Your sons and daughters was given to another people. Was separated. In Haiti, they was kidnapping the Haitian kids on, you know what I'm saying, during the earthquake. And where's those kids at now? Where's those kids at now? I don't want to say anything about, you know what I'm saying, the tribe of, you know what I'm saying, the Gadites or the Native American Indians. They number one being missing women. Thousands. There's nobody's protecting our Native American brothers and sisters. People don't even realize that they still here. Y'all don't see no Native American Indians. Y'all don't, you know what I'm saying? Y'all never walk into them. You know what I'm saying? Never bump into them on the street. They are destroyed. They are destroyed. And they missing. Thousands of those sisters is missing. Because they nobody. They pieces of garbage. They redskins. Those are savages. But not to, you know what I'm saying? Not to the priest and prophet of the Isupk. Not to us. Not to the brothers and sisters that's in the Isupk. Oh, hell no. We remember our brothers and sisters. Our Native American brothers and sisters. We remember that. And we've been saying that since 1969. Because we fit the curses. We are the chosen people of God. These are punishments that the Most High God is putting upon the 12 tribes of Israel. This is a punishment. Because we want to be stiff-necked and follow behind other nations. We don't want to separate ourselves from thy enemy and take heed to a friend. Because the only friend that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Those are the only friends we have. Those are the only friends that we have. So so we separate ourselves from thy enemy. Go to Salaki, sir. Can you go to we're gonna drop that, go back to Ecclesiastes chapter Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 13. Because that's what we need to do. We need to separate ourselves from thy enemies and take heed and pay close attention to thy friend. That's the safe place. With your friend. That's the safe place. You know what I'm saying? That's the place where we can heal. We can iron out our differences. We can not, you know what I'm saying, we cannot make these foolish comments towards each other. Can you read 14, verse 14?
14. A faithful friend.
A what?
Faithful friend.
Oh, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are what?
Faithful friends.
Read on.
Is a strong defense.
Is a what?
Strong defense.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, a faithful friend, a loyal friend is a what?
Strong defense.
Is a strong defense. Is a strong defense. Who need a defense? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Yeah, go ahead, sis. We have that. We have that. Yeah, we have that. We have a school doing reservations, and we got brothers. We got Native American Indian brothers in the school. We have them in the school. Yeah. You go on your phone and you could put in Isupk. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Reds. I think it's Isupk Reds. No Calvin Reds. And on YouTube, and they do classes. So this is what we do. Can you read that scripture again, verse 14?
Verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
Right.
Is a strong defense. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, if we come together, if we separate ourselves from our enemy, that's when we have a strong defense. We don't have to be worrying about, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I gotta sell drugs to this, you know what I'm saying, to this pregnant woman because I gotta feed my daughter. No, 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 no. We starting to heal. Because that's the defense that we coming from. We getting the defense from our oppressor, from the people who taught us this. The people who taught us this. Read on, sir.
A faithful friend is a strong defense. And he that hath found such an one.
Oh, so wait, hold on. So he, a faithful friend, is a strong defense. So he that find a faithful friend, read on, sir.
Such an one hath found a treasure.
Have found a what?
A treasure.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. If we come together, it would be a what?
A treasure.
It would be a treasure. A treasure. It's a treasure. That's brotherhood. That's sisterhood. That's fatherhood. That's motherhood. That's the 12 tribes of Israel coming together, which is Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. If we find ourselves, because this is us finding ourselves, we become a treasure. We become a defense in a treasure. A defense in the treasure. A defense in the treasure. That's what happened. But drop that. Can you read that article that I sent you? So this is an article that, you know what I'm saying, one of our brothers, brother a rapper, this is what he said. Now, you know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters, you know what I'm saying? We came out the gutter. You know what I'm saying? We came from School Street, we came from Slow Bombs, we come from Woolworth, Levine, Saratoga, Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? So we came from these blocks. That's where we came from. And we look around, we saw nothing but murdering and killing, all types of filthy garbage. And we normalize this. So, you know what I'm saying? We get a little older. Because, you know what I'm saying? You know what people say, young and dumb, which is a, you know what I'm saying, which I don't understand, you know what I'm saying, that because I'm out the world. You know what I mean? Because you ain't even supposed to go through things like that. You ain't supposed to be going through walking down the street and stepping over crack vials. Or walking down the street and seeing, you know what I'm saying, seeing somebody's mother prostituting herself. Seeing somebody's father prostituting himself for drugs. We weren't even supposed to see this stuff. But this was going on because we have been so destroyed. So once, you know what I'm saying, so like, yo, I'm going to get out, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do what I have to do and get up out of the hood. But those mannerisms still stay on you. You understand what I'm saying? That don't get clinked off. You ain't healed from that. Nobody told you, you know what I'm saying, how to heal from that. Nobody came to you and said, yo, I'm going to heal you from that. I'm going to heal you from those thoughts. I'm going to heal you from that. Just by you just closing your eyes, no. Or moving over here, no. It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? You still got those traumas. You still got those woes on us. You know what I'm saying? We still have that on us. It doesn't matter where we go. Because I'll tell you this. Michael Jackson had a lot of money. Prince had a lot of money. Whitney Houston had a lot of money. Even what is that actor? What is that actor that played in Friday? You know what I'm saying? Played in Friday. The Diesel guy.
Debo.
No, not Debo. Not him. With the new Friday. Now he got like.
Terry Crews.
What is that?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews. He didn't escape this. You know what I'm saying? These punishments. He was molested. Who's healing him? Who's healing him? Where he's going? He gonna go to the oppressor? He gonna go to oppressor? How do the oppressor know how he feel? How do the oppressor know how he feel based on the history of this country? How do? And this is a 7, 8, 10 tall man, you know what I'm saying? Stocky man. And he was molested. Who's healing that brother from his trauma? Blacks and Hispanics and Native American. Who's healing us from our trauma. We think the money, if I move over here, if I do this, but we still carry that filth on us. We still carry that dirt on us. But if you know what I'm saying, if you have that, can you read that? This is I have to say that to say this, that even though we got out the hood and think that we're saying something righteous, but you understand you got to be healed before you even talk. You got to understand what you're saying before you even talk. Because you still have this, you know what I'm saying? You still have these, you know what I'm saying? We still have these perverted thoughts in our heads. You know, we still have these trauma in our heads. We still have this stuff. We still have, and this is the stuff that we have to fight for the rest of our lives. But we don't have to be there by ourselves to do so. Not anymore. Not anymore. This is when brotherhood and sisterhood come. So this is a brother that said these comments, but it's from a traumatized people. Can you read that, sir, if you have it?
Con, hold up one second.
So this, you know what I'm saying? This is to let you know, even though we think that we're saying something good, but it will be worldly good.
Con.
It'd be worldly stuff. It's worldly stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you a prime example. Worldly stuff is like, yo, you know what? I see that your pockets are certain, fam. I see that your pockets are certain, you know what I'm saying? And all right, cool. I'm gonna get you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get you on credit. So here go, you know what I'm saying? Here goes a dime bag. He said some nice things to you. You wanted some weed, you wanted some drugs. He noticed that you ain't have the money. And he's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? From the block or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I know you, man. I know you good for it. So here go these drugs right here so you could get high. Because he have to forget about his trauma. But the ends justify the means. I got to sell drugs to my traumatized brother and let him escape for like about 2 minutes. And I got to make some money in my pocket. You understand? I'll show a little mercy. I'll be nice. You see how we normalize that? Well, this is the stuff that we grew up around. So, sir, can you read that if you have it?
Con, Salakia. Fat Joe enumerates different ways rappers can get hit up.
Say that slow, please, sir.
Fat Joe enumerates different ways rappers can get hit up.
So different way for rappers to get hit up. So he's talking about how, you know what I'm saying? And he's talking about specific, but he also talk about in general. Because they're talking about our rappers. You know what I'm saying? How what?
Rappers can get hit up.
How rappers can get hit up. So, you know what I'm saying? Hit up could mean two things because this is Black, Hispanic, Native American language. This is how we speak. So hit up could mean two things. Somebody could lay you down. You're talking about somebody get straight up kill you, or somebody could jack you or rob you, catch you slipping. That's what this is how we're talking this on the street. We don't.
It's so dangerous.
Go on.
A lot of musicians, specifically rappers, came out to voice their frustration towards the growing number of attacks on rappers, with the most incident being the death of P&B Rock.
All right, so this is old news. All this stuff is old, but we've been normalizing out this behavior so long because it was even back when I grew up. Say, yo, you know what I'm saying? Robbing rappers. Now let me remind you, these are people that have money. These are people that have money, rob rappers. Even though they on the block, you know what I'm saying? They got a little $5, you know what I'm saying? Little change over here, little change over there, but they not suffering, you know what I'm saying? They're not suffering as we all think that we suffering. All right? Because I know dudes who got money in their pocket and that was their thing, robbing people. That was their thing. Iced out and they robbing people. It wasn't like, yo, man, we hungry and we gotta eat. And yo, I gotta get some I gotta do my damn thing. I'm sick and tired walking around here with, you know what I'm saying, messed up shoes. That stuff don't exist anymore. You know what I mean? You robbing out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? Nah. You know what I'm saying? So that was, you know what I'm saying? So this is what's going on. Usually these days, it's not really people who's, you know what I'm saying, who need to eat. You know what I'm saying? Who need to eat. This is a thing now. This is a thing now. I'm gonna rob that dude. Look at him, you know what I'm saying? Look how he's shining. Look at him rob, you know what I'm saying? Look at that. I'm gonna do the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do the damn thing. Meanwhile, where you get money for a hammer? That's a gun. Where you get the money for a gun? Hmm? Where you get money for a cell phone? Huh? It's not the same now. Back in the day, we was broke. So read on, sir.
John. Slovakia. Growing number of attack on rappers, with the most incident being the death of PNB Rock, who was fatally shot after being allegedly robbed outside of a restaurant. In an interview with Hell of a Week, hosted by Charlemagne the God, Fat Joe declared rappers are endangered species.
Wait, say that again?
Fat Joe declared rappers are an endangered species.
Now he's saying rappers are endangered species. Rappers. Listen to the speech. Listen to the speech. Remember, rapping is an occupation. That's an occupation. You see what I'm saying? That's an occupation. That's not who, you know what I'm saying? That's not who they are. But he put in the way like it's a race. He put in the way like it's a race. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because if you say, yo, black people, you know what I'm saying? Black people that rap, you know what I'm saying? We are an endangered species. Rap, regardless of fact, we still a endangered species if we was rapping or we was not. It would still happen because you're not from the Young. You ain't from Warburton. You ain't from, you know what I'm saying, 3rd Avenue in Mount Vernon. You ain't from there. You're not from there. Who's you? And you being robbed. Come on. So it's not based on, you know what I'm saying? So the way my ears hear it, he said that rappers is our endangered species. Who's rappers? Majority of blacks and Hispanics. That's who rappers are. You know? Because ain't nobody said Eminem is an endangered species. Nobody thinking about Eminem when he said this comment. Nobody saying that. Nobody thinking that way. Read on, sir.
Khan, Salakia. This notion came about from Jim Jones' Instagram Live prior to Joe's interview.
Mm-hmm.
Jones noted that being a rapper is a dangerous job, a sentiment echoed by Joe in the interview.
He's saying being a rapper is a dangerous job.
Salakia.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's your own fault. That's your own fault. Like, but I ain't gonna say necessarily the diplomats, so to speak, because the diplomats was kind of like Harlem niggas get money, but the death and destructions that surrounds hip hop is because that's what hip hop promotes. Like at the end of the day, it's one thing to get live that life and turn a new leaf, like that fact of Salakia, homosexual Africa Bambaataa, but he was doing stuff in the dark. But what these rappers do, they glorify this and say this is the way to live, and then get basically a drug dealing rapper or a rapper who's a gangster rapper is no different than the gangster on the corner. They want to tell you that being a gangster is cool until there is a 13-year-old robbing them. Then being a gangster is not cool. Then you should respect your elders.
Oh, come.
That's the thing with rappers.
And also, but what I was saying earlier, that we normalize these traumatized behavior. You know what I mean? Did we normalize this traumatized behavior? And that's the issue. So I understand you know what I'm saying? I understand the reason why come. So I understand exactly the other one saying, but like I was doing, I was pointing out the trauma. I was pointing out the trauma because it wasn't no place where we could separate ourselves from our enemies and pay close attention, take heed to thy friend. You know what I'm saying? A faithful friend is a great defense, what we need. And you know what I'm saying? And that friend become a treasure upon you. But then we don't see that because we've been traumatized. We've been following other people in other nations' philosophy. So when we make music and we see, and this is how we grew up, and this, and when we saying this, you know what I'm saying, and people, you know what I'm saying, it's not, people is not saying, yo, that's not cool, but we make it look fly. We make, by doing dirt, make it look fly. We make this stuff look good. We make it look good. That's why I make dollars. That's why I make dollars. So we try to make this. So that's coming from a person who traumatized. A person don't know, you know what I'm saying, just only speaking, you know what I'm saying, speaking to what he just know about. But nobody spoke about how to, you know what I'm saying, how to become a good brother, a good friend, and show love to one another. He just, you know what I mean? He's just talking out his, he just talking of what he know, but not from being healed. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense. Can you go on, read on?
Right. Read on.
I'm gone.
We getting hit up by the police, hit up by the feds, and we getting hit up by our own for being in our hood, trying to show love.
Try,
Now,
oh, yeah, be in the hood and trying to show love. So we get hit up. Say that again. We get hit up by police.
we hit up by the feds, and we getting hit up by our own.
So now we get hit up by the police and by the feds, and by the feds,
If I'm there.
because we normally go ahead, sir.
Who's we?
Hmm?
Who's
Oh,
we?
no, the we, what he pretty much what he's talking about, the we, and I know a lot
Well,
of
I'm
people
asking
say,
this rhetorical, but you can try.
oh,
Who do you
you're
think
talking-
the we is?
I already know what the we
Who's
is.
the we?
You and I and other rappers, and
Well,
rappers
not
from
really
the
you
block.
and it's definitely not other. You could say you and I, but definitely not other rappers. He thinks it's other rappers, but he's lying to himself. I'm
Are
gonna
you
ask you a
being-
question. When have you heard J. Cole got arrested? When have you heard Kendrick Lamar got arrested? Who's another like square in that thing?
Even on the square and Slocky, so if I may,
Sean.
even on the square, this is what I was saying is when they say rappers,
Right.
when they be talking about rappers,
Right.
it's not coming from that point of view. It's coming from the way they was coming up. Remember, rapper was just an occupation.
Right.
I know how to rap,
Got
but
it.
I was still getting jacked by police.
Right.
You see
No,
what I'm saying?
but he's trying to say it like,
Yeah.
oh, poor rappers. But at the end of the day, it's not poor rappers, and you can barely even say it's poor gangster rappers because smart gangster rappers know and understand. Even if I will be in the streets, I'm giving my man $1 million, and he's going back to Yonkers with it, and he'll only see me on weekends and holidays, and when he got to pay me. That's smart gangster rappers. The idiots that try to really personify that life and have that life, police stop you because they know if I go in his house, if I go in his car, I'm going to find illegal drugs and illegal guns. Why did I bring up Kendrick and J. Cole? Kendrick and J. Cole don't deal with illegal drugs and guns, or at least they're smart enough not to publicize it. So is it that poor you, or is that you're just stupid and you're getting a stupid man's reward?
Oh, it's like so I said that's tradition.
Come on.
That's tradition. That's the reason why I said that I got, you know what I'm saying, I got, you know what I'm saying, people calling the cops on me just because I got to, you know what I'm saying, because I got to feed my daughter, so I got to sell drugs.
Right.
You see that?
Right.
That's coming from that trauma.
Right.
That's coming from that trauma, and you're right, sir, on that. But that statement is coming from the same state of mind,
Come on.
and
I agree.
that's exactly what I'm pointing at. Go ahead, sir.
Come on. And we getting hit up by our own for being in our hood, trying to show love. Joe said, it's so dangerous to be a rapper these days. It's the hardest job out there right now because they coming out at you either way. Salakia, whoever wrote this did not do a good job grammatically. They trying to put you in jail, or are these your own people trying to kill you, he added.
Mm-hmm. So this is it's telling you that regard you're trying to show, you got to try to go back to the block and show love. You show love, but it's still, you know what I'm saying. Like I say, you know, the people who's on the block, they, you know what I'm saying, they've been traumatized. It been generationally traumatized. You know what I'm saying? We inherit this type of stuff. So even when you know what I'm saying, even when rappers that was young grew up in a certain way, they saying a certain stuff in their lyrics, And guess what? Now they got the money. Now they can leave the block. You understand?
Right.
When they leave the block, they think everything that, you know what I'm saying, that they said in their raps, they think everything that they was doing when they were in their youth, they think all that trauma, you know what I'm saying, all that dirt and all that filth that's on their brain goes away, which it don't goes away. Because nobody went back to the block to say, to really show love, like, yo, the reason why I'm showing love because I apologize to all those sisters and brothers that I sold drugs to or I was trying to kill. You understand what I'm saying?
Con.
We never try to find never tried to say I'm going to stop it today. I'm gonna stop these, you know what I'm saying, generational traumas and normalizing, you know what I'm saying, normalizing helplessness and normalizing I gotta sell drugs, you know what I'm saying, I gotta sell drugs to a pregnant woman so I can feed my 3-year-old daughter. I gotta stop saying that. You know what I mean? We must stop saying that. That's and nobody said, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, because we never separated ourselves from thy enemies. We never did. You know what I'm saying? We never apologized to, you know what I'm saying, to my man, you know what I'm saying, my man Puerto Rican Lou down the block. I never apologized to him by me taking his money from back in the days. So now we hold on to that grudge. You know what I'm saying?
Con. Con. So Slakia, following the death of PNB Rock, various statements came about with some saying that the rapper's death was brought about by his wife posting on Instagram revealing their location. So we get all these deflections of, oh, but his wife posts the chicken. Oh, he's not supposed to wear jewelry. How about we not supposed to kill each other?
And that's right. That's
He
right,
said,
right there.
shutting down the victim blaming statements surrounding the case.
Uh-huh.
But Fat Joe, I know, has a song talking about I'm gonna have a party when 50 Cent dies. Now, to my knowledge, they've squashed that beef, but you understand what I mean? Like,
Understandable. And that, you know what I'm saying, even by squashing the beef, and honest, you know what I'm saying, when you get a little older or whatever,
right,
but it's still, you know what I'm saying, it's still pushing trash underneath that carpet. You understand what I'm saying? Because even when the beef is squashed,
right,
it's not true forgiveness. It's never true forgiveness. How can I not defend you anymore? You already know, sir. How can we not defend you anymore? Because I'm going to defend you again. So it's not, you know what I'm saying? Because we squash beef, but it's on a surface. We're trying to make something right. We're trying to do it, but we don't know how to continue doing it. We don't know how to, you know what I mean? And if blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians come into the, you know what I'm saying, Isupk, we would teach, you know what I'm saying, and we follow the law, statutes, commandments. You know what I'm saying? Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, we are God's chosen people. And we need to come back to these law, statutes, commandments, and we need to truly show how to squash a beef. Because how can you squash beef and you never separate yourself from your enemy? How can you? How can you know what I'm saying? How can you squash the beef? You still in the beef. Because anything could pop off. Anything. You know what I'm saying?
Con.
And he said, and so he said about 50 Cent and Joe. Joe got a song.
No, one of his Fat Joe's old songs. Cause my aunt didn't like that he said that because she thought he went too far. Joe, I believe, stated, "We're gonna have a party when 50 dies."
And this is that tit for tat. And this is what I was telling you about the trauma that we, you know what I'm saying, that we normalize. Because you can't forget 50 Cent his whole whistling is about starting beef, about robbing people. Everybody say it's just songs, but how far, you know what I'm saying, how far are these songs gonna go? How far are these songs gonna go? Read on, sir.
Con. I'm not against robbing him. You caught him, rob him, he said.
Say that again.
I'm not against robbing him.
Who's saying this?
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe said, I'm not against robbing him. Read on.
You caught him, rob him. He said, why you got to kill him? Salaki, I skipped one part though. Joe revealed that he himself was a robber before.
Say that again.
Joe revealed that he himself was a robber before.
Job himself had revealed that he was a robber before. He was a robber before. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? He had trauma. Somebody robbed him, catch him slipping. Now, you gotta realize, you know what I mean? And read on.
He acknowledged that stealing is inevitable.
Stealing is what?
Inevitable.
Stealing, inevitable. So what that mean? Like, regardless, this stuff gonna happen.
Basically, yeah.
That's what
You
he's
will
saying.
get robbed.
You're gonna get robbed regardless. This is what he's saying, right? You see how traumatized? That's a traumatized statement. That's a trauma. When I'm talking about, the reason why I'm saying that, because
if I may,
what?
maybe try to shed some light. Let me just read the whole thing here.
Yes, sir.
Stealing
Yeah.
is inevitable.
Come.
However, he called out the robber for killing P&B Rock. So what I think, not trying to defend the brother, but what I think he's trying to say is the cat got a gun to you, and he's saying you already know he wants your stuff. The stealing is inevitable. He's gonna take your things. Why you have to kill this man? Just shut up. Like, I don't know about you, but as a child, especially women, just shut up and give him everything. Your life's not worth it, so on and so forth. But why you got to kill the cat? That's what he's basically trying to say.
Yeah, Khan. And that's you know what I'm saying? And that is a real statement.
Right.
That is a real statement, but it's underneath a lot of layers. It's underneath a lot of layers because he's still, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact. And I hear that, you know what I'm saying? You're going to hear this on the block. You're going to hear it from dudes who drop a little bit of wisdom, but they still doing dirt. They still doing dirt. Go ahead and rob. What about, he just made say the statement, don't rob him at all. Don't rob him at all. What is wrong with that? I used to be, because the thing is that, guess when you rob, right? Guess what's going to happen? I gotta catch you. Now I gotta look for you. You see what I'm saying? Now I gotta look for it. It's a lot of layers when it go through this stuff. Don't just rob him. No. You know what I'm saying? And this is what's going on. We saying certain things, but we don't realize we're saying out of trauma. We're saying out of things that, you know what I'm saying, thing that we never separate ourselves from our enemy. You know what I'm saying? We saying because we follow the philosophy of the slave master. We saying it, and you know what I'm saying, when the slave master said the ends justify the means, manifest destiny. I'm willing to slaughter everybody. So you know what I'm saying? So I can have my boo hill on your back. And even though you ain't doing anything to me. Because I like this land. I like this. And we following behind this, you know what I'm saying, this oppressor. And this oppressor going to teach us about brotherhood. This is what he's going to do. He's going to teach us about, you know what I'm saying, he's going to teach us about this. Can I get, you got more in the article, sir?
Yeah, Khan.
Yes, sir.
I'm not against robbing him. You caught him, rob him, he said. Why you got to kill him? Not only destroy that family, but what about the other families that are sitting in Roscoe's and they see somebody get their brains blown out in front of them? You destroy the whole village with one shot.
Yeah. And that is correct. That is correct. But you know what I'm saying? And it's good, you know what I'm saying? And it's good what he say. It's damn good at what he say. But I still have to let you know. He's still giving advice to rob somebody. Because this is in the neighborhood. This is in the neighborhood. A lot of people hear that voice. A lot of people hear his voice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people hear that. I can still rob him, but guess what? If I rob my man, you know what I'm saying? If I rob my man Pedro down the block, he gonna come after me. Where I'm going? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Whitney Young, where you going? Somebody get robbed in Whitney Young. They live over there in Slow Bonds. Where you going? And this is the behavior because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, who are God's chosen people, we ain't have time enough to heal these woes that we have. You know what I'm saying? This trauma that we have. Because if you know what I'm saying, if we come into the, you know what I'm saying, if our brothers and sisters come into the ISUPK and coming back to their heritage and coming back to, and they know that they're God's chosen people, they would know about this. Let me get Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11. Let me get Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11. Because blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we have laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what we have. We have laws, statutes, and commandments. Now you already know, you know what I'm saying? So if you know what I'm saying, if our brothers who separate ourselves from our enemies, this is what we will learn. And this is the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna clean us. This is the water that's gonna wash us from all that gunk from our slave master, and we're not gonna follow behind his, you know what I'm saying, behind his philosophy. Can you read that, Baba Shaw?
This is Leviticus 19 and 11. Ye shall not steal, neither deal.
Say that again.
Ye shall not steal,
Uh-huh.
neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another.
All right, read that from the top.
Verse 11, ye shall not steal.
So in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11, you know what I'm saying, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, who are God's chosen people, if we separate ourselves from thy enemy, we would know this scripture right here. Will you say that again, sir?
Ye shall not steal.
See, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we should do what?
Not steal.
Black and Hispanics and Native American Indians, we should not do what?
Steal.
If my brother goes down the block, you know what I'm saying, and he got like $3 million worth of gold chains around his neck, we would do what?
Not steal.
You know what I'm saying? If a brother, you know what I'm saying, that had money falling out his pocket on the floor, you know what I'm saying, in front of me, in front of 20 other brothers, we should, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we should do what?
Not steal.
Oh, man. Regardless. Not steal. You know what I'm saying? Being a filthy stealer. You're filthy. You're filthy and disgusting when you steal, you know what I'm saying, amongst your brothers and sisters. And we put in some, and we make it like it's an honor. That's how sure we are. So, you know, so the Most High God had told blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, who are the chosen people of God, so ye shall not steal. Read on, sir.
That neither deal falsely.
Neither do what?
Deal falsely.
Neither do falsely. Neither, you know what I'm saying? Neither try to set the brother up. You know what I'm saying? Neither start plotting on the brother. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians neither start what? Deal what?
Neither deal falsely.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We ain't even supposed to deal falsely. We ain't supposed to steal. We ain't even supposed to deal falsely to look for something, try to set a brother up, try to set a sister up. Like, yeah, I'm cool with you. We cool. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Our sister, looking at our brothers, oh man, you know what I'm saying? You look attractive, you know what I'm saying? Come with me. And she's gonna slip you a little something, and her man's in them gonna come up and try to rob you. She's dealing with you falsely. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, let me take that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get that right there. Run all of that. You're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? We dealing with one another falsely, and we're not supposed to say, you're not supposed to do that. Guess what? Let the other nations deal with each other falsely. Let them rob and steal and be a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, be a bunch of robbing bastards and force dealing bastards. Let the other nations do that while we over here being, you know what I'm saying, being God's chosen people. While we over here being God's chosen people and not dealing with them falsely. Not dealing with our brothers and sisters falsely. You know what I'm saying? Not stealing from our brothers. Read on, sir.
Con, neither lie one to another.
Oh, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we ain't supposed to do what?
Lie one to another.
Oh, blacks ain't supposed to do what?
Lie one to another.
Hispanics ain't supposed to do what?
Lie one to another.
Native American Indians ain't supposed to do what?
Lie one to another.
We ain't supposed to lie to one another. This is the law. This is righteousness. This is righteousness right here. This is good counsel right here. This is good counsel. Salakia, sir. This is great counsel right here. You know what I'm saying? Leviticus chapter 19, verse 11. That's. Oh yeah, come. No, you could leave that in there. You can leave that in there. Yeah, come. The water, sir. So we don't have to do none of this stuff. If we separate ourselves from thy enemy and take heed and take close attention to a friend become a defense. That could be our defense, black suspenders and Native American Indian, so we don't have to go through this. That should never happen to that brother. That brother should have been going to and fro, up and down. Eating, had chicken grease on his lips. And it's supposed to be another brother who come into this store and say, yo, what's going on, brother? How you doing? What's going on, my brother? How you feeling? Everything is good? Everything to why I see you with your family is all good. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. But we want to follow the philosophy of these other nations. That's what we want to do. We don't follow the philosophy of these other nations, and it's not happening. So that's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, by us being so trauma, we would say, just rob them. Isupk said, don't rob them at all. Don't rob the brother at all, because you done trespass against the brother. You done disrespect the brother. You done disrespect him, his whole family. Don't rob nobody, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. How long we've been robbed from this oppressor too goddamn long. Now we normalizing robbing from two people who don't have anything. We don't have anything. And everything, and with the little 2 pennies that we do have in our pocket, I got to think about, you know what I'm saying? I got to think about, I got to think about Jose down the block for robbing me about my 2 pennies. This ain't got nothing to do with being a rapper. I have nothing to do with that. I have anything to do with that. Because we ain't following the law and statute commandments, because we follow behind this oppressor. We follow their philosophy. The ends justifying the means. Just rob them. Come on. Just rob them. Don't kill them. Come on, man. That's from our oppressor. Hey, just don't rob them. That's it.
That sounds like
Just don't do that.
If I may, that sounds like Thug Life.
Hmm?
Thug Life. You ever heard of it? Have you ever watched the Thug Life program? The little thing Tupac tried to do.
Yeah, come.
Basically, I'm not too familiar with the official rules of it, but what he was trying to do is get the community, the youth of the community, to have a set of rules on how the community should work. One of the rules is no slinging in school. How about no slinging? For those that don't know what slinging is a term for selling drugs. So let's not do it in the high school or the junior high school. But I don't know about you. Nobody did the transactions, like it sounded like inside the school. We always did our outside the school, across the street, which was off school grounds. Truancy could still mess with us, but if you're familiar, people used to have them little rolly cigarettes whenever you saw it's just rolled tobacco. Like no one was ever the rouser. What do you really do? Here's what you need to do. You can't smoke weed. You can't smoke weed in school. You can't smoke weed. Not outside the school, not when you go, not the park, none of that. You cannot sell drugs. You cannot do drugs. That's the answer. Same thing with Fat Joe. You cannot rob anybody. You cannot kill anybody.
Yeah, most on Christ, and clap it up for the priest and prophet right here, because he's talking exactly what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, we read an article. We are the endangered species. Come on. We've been endangered species since we came to these damn shores, since we met the so-called oppressor. That's when it started. And our oppressor pumping all these drugs and all these guns into our community. And we've been beat down. We've been traumatized. Now we got a hand on it. Now we got our hand on a hammer. Now we got a hand on a gun. Now we're gonna put in some work on who? On who? Because guess what? They robbed, you know what I'm saying? They robbed and killed the brother. You know, they robbed and killed the brother. Bill Gates walking up and down that street. Go where the money's at. But nah, you want to bully people. You want to bully, you know what I'm saying? You want to take things that, you know what I'm saying, from people who defenseless and with their family. That's what our oppressor does. He came on these shores. The Native American Indians have shown them how to cook, how to fish, how to feed themselves. How did we know that these people who we helped going to kill the host and enslave the people and enslave the sister who prepared the food? We following that's philosophy. That's what we doing. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's exactly what we doing. But you understand? So we ain't allowed to steal from one another. We ain't allowed to deal falsely to another Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. We ain't allowed to be a goddamn liar. Can't be no liar to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. How can you be a liar to God's people? Anybody out there? Answer that question. How can you lie to God's people? And that's what we're doing to one another. Because we're talking from trauma. We're talking from Stockholm syndrome. We're talking from cognitive dissonance. We're talking from learned helplessness. That's what we're doing. And we're still traumatized. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter what you get. You still got that, you know what I'm saying? You still got that filth and that trauma on your mind. It's still there. And you look towards your brothers. You look towards people who look like you. And we hate them, and we hate our brothers. We hate our brothers. Because we even separate ourselves from thy enemy and take heed to a friend. And a faithful friend is a great defense for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians who are a treasure. That's a friend. And that's supposed to be all over this country, all over the world. Doesn't matter how much stuff we got on. Doesn't matter how much money we have in the bank. I love that, brother. I'm a person of God. I'm a man of God. You know what I'm saying? That is my brother. That's literally my brother. He's an Israelite. I'm not allowed to do that. I'm allowed to show my brother love and more love. We don't know how to do that anymore. We justify it of just rob them. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta hustle. I gotta hustle these drugs, you know what I'm saying, to feed my daughter to this woman who's pregnant. Same type of comment to me. Salakia. So you could drop that. Let me get for time's sake. We got here. Yeah, let me get 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 16.
2 Timothy
3 and 16. Because this is what's going on. But Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, this Bible is our constitution. This Bible is our constitution. Let me go there with you.
God.
This Bible is our constitution. And we have to follow the Lord's statutes and commandments. This will teach how to show love to one another. How to, you know what I'm saying? How to keep our mouth shut and say no comment. You know what I mean? You know that's wisdom. Just say no comment. I'm not going to even comment on that.
Right.
And that's what we need to do. So, we cannot say statements like that because we got other traumatized brothers and sisters that's on the block thinking about this stuff. Oh, here we go. I'm tripping. All right, yes. 2 Timothy chapter 6, chapter 3, verse 16. Yes, sir.
2 Timothy 3 and 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of the power and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness.
All right, read that from the top, sir.
All scripture,
or what?
scripture.
So blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are the chosen people of this Bible. We are God's chosen people. So it said all scriptures, go on, sir.
Is given by inspiration of the power.
By inspiration of the what?
Power.
Go on.
And is profitable for doctrine.
And is profitable for doctrine.
Con.
And is profitable for doctrine. Read on.
For reproof.
For what?
For reproof.
Yeah, reproof means, you know what I'm saying, an expression of blame or disapproval. Go on.
For correction.
For what?
For correction.
For correction. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the law, statutes, and commandments are a correction. You know what I'm saying? Are a correction for us, so we know what a correction is. That's the law, statutes, and commandments. A correction is, you are God's chosen people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We are the Israelites. Read on, sir.
That the man of power, of the power may be perfect.
Go on.
Thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
Oh, wait, hold up. Salakia, sir. When you say prophet, where you got read that from the top again, Salakia, sir.
That the man of the power may be perfect.
Oh no, 16.
All scripture is given by inspiration of the power.
There you go.
And is profitable for doctrine.
It is what?
Profitable for doctrine.
And it's profitable for doctrine. Profitable for doctrine. Go on.
For reproof.
For reproof. Go on for a different, you know what I'm saying? For reproof mean disapproval. Go on.
For correction.
For correction. For correction, because that's what we need. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we need correction. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to go in our head and think, you know what I'm saying, and counsel ourselves on a certain situation, even though, you know what I'm saying, we coming from a trauma place. We don't even know who we are. We still carrying our slave master's name. And we're going to make comments like this. And like I said, it's not our brother's fault. It's coming from a trauma people. We are a trauma people. So go on, sir.
Con.
For correction.
For correction. For instruction.
For what?
Instruction.
Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. If we follow the Lord, statutes, and commandments, and we know that we are God's chosen people, it would be what?
Correct instruction in righteousness.
And correction in righteousness. The righteousness say, yo, listen up. That brothers ain't supposed to get robbed at all. I used to stick up people. And you know what? I'm a filthy bastard. I'm a goddamn filthy, selfish bastard. And to everybody who I done robbed in the past, you know what I'm saying? I truly apologize by being a selfish bastard. I apologize for that. Because I was a selfish bastard. And I justify robbing you. Even though I had money in my pocket. That's the thing. Even though we have money in our pocket. And I'm gonna leave off with this right here. I'll leave this off right here. Because no more, you know what I'm saying? No more that, you know what I'm saying, we don't have to do this anymore. Let me get Ephesians chapter, it's locking soon.
Come. Ephesians.
Ephesians 4 and 14. Let me get Ephesians 4 and 14. This will be my last scripture. Can you read that, Baba Shaw? So this is, let me just say this. So this is the things that we have to do, because we don't even have to do this anymore. No more of this. You know what I'm saying? No more all the killing in Chicago, all the killing in Detroit, all the killing in California. When we going to just say no more? All the damn lying and stealing. When are we going to say? We ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? No ends justify no means in Israel. According to the 12 tribes, you know what I'm saying? According to this Bible, God's chosen people, no ends justify the means when it comes to your brother. You know what I mean? None of that stuff. I'm struggling, so I gotta rob my brother. I'm struggling, so I gotta steal from my sister. I'm struggling, so I gotta be a goddamn filthy liar and deal falsely with my brothers and sisters and my mother and my father? No, we don't have to do this. We don't have to follow behind this oppressor. That's his philosophy. Let him be a selfish, lying bastard and who he is. While we over here being righteous and saying to our people, listen up. Don't do none of that stuff. Don't rob, kill, cheat, steal, none of that stuff to another brother, to a, you know what I'm saying, to a sister. So what, they got it. Be happy for them. You know what I'm saying? Be happy for them. We don't have to do this anymore. Can you read that scripture, Ephesians?
Ephesians 4:14. That we henceforth be no more children.
That we what?
Henceforth be no more children.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we need to be no more children. Read on.
Tossed to and fro.
Say that again?
Tossed to and fro.
Being ragdoll by this oppression. Being ragdoll by this, you know what I'm saying, depression that we going through. Being ragdoll for these false premise that I got millions of dollars in my pocket and my situation changed. No, you not. You're still, you know what I'm saying, you're still a dirty, filthy bastard. Because your name is Jones. Your name is Roger. Read on.
Tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine.
So anything that flies by, we're just going to follow suit. You know what I'm saying? Anything our oppressor said, you know what I'm saying? Anything he's saying, we're going to follow his philosophy. So what? The ends justify the means. You know what I'm saying? I got to, you know what I'm saying? I got to crack 2 eggs to get an omelet and all that dumb stuff. I got to murder my brother. I got to steal from my brother because my pockets is hurting and he got the money. So I'm going to rob him because he's dancing. Come on, man. Go on.
God, about with every wind of doctrine.
So every wind of doctrine. So any type of wind blowing around or wind blowing, we're going to follow wherever the wind blows. Whatever the wind blows, we're going to do it. You know what I mean? Whatever the philosophy of this oppressor says. Kill your brother, go, all right, cool. Black on black crime, get them all the guns, all the drugs that they want. They're damaged people anyway. Let them kill themselves. But we're supposed to separate ourselves. The reason why we're doing so, because we have been traumatized. We have no place to heal. We don't. And we're going to and fro with other people's doctrines. Go on, sir.
By the slate of men.
By the what?
By the slate of men.
By the slate of men. Our oppressor, he's just a man. And we follow his doctrine. You sell all the cracks. You sell all the cracks in the 80s, sell all the cracks in the 90s, made millions of thousands of dollars, and you're still saying robbing people. Instead of saying, I apologize. I apologize from whoring out my sisters. I apologize from having my sisters doing things for some drugs, sexual acts for some drugs. I apologize for that. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, make it look cool. None of that stuff wasn't cool. I apologize for even trying to making it cool. I apologize for making music. It's telling my brother, go rob that brother. Go rob that sister. Whore out that mother. I apologize for that. Read on, sir.
Con. And cunning craftiness.
And cunning craftiness, that's our oppressor. It gets no more cunning craftiness than our oppressor, the so-called white man. He set himself up as Jesus Christ and God and chosen people. That's what he did. It gets no more crafty than that. And guess what? And your name is Ortiz. Miguel. Now you're wearing the slave master's name. And you follow behind their philosophy. Cunning. Read on.
cunning craftiness,
cunning craftiness. Ooh, we. Go on.
whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
And they go, you know what I'm saying? They lay about and wait. Because that's what they do. They're a bunch of lying bastards. It says right in Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 11, we ain't allowed to lie to each other. Let the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Our oppressor be a bunch of lying bastards. And a bunch of deceivers. You see what happened to our brother, the Native American Indians? The Redskins, those damn savages. Come on, how many treaties that was broken by this oppressor? It gets no more lying bastard than him. And you want to follow in his shoes? It gets no more stealing and robbing from him. He's still land. He's still people. We cannot, you know what I'm saying? And we cannot say to our brothers and sisters, yo, don't steal that all. Don't steal that all. I did it. And I was a filthy bastard. I'm a filthy bastard. Anybody who I robbed, because only, you know what? Only the victims remember the crime. You know what I'm saying? Only the victims remember the crime, people. You rob them, I got to come back and kill you. We're not going to stop Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to come to the Most High God. We're not allowed to do that. Let them other filthy other nations does that while we still in here, while we staying here in royalty. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are royalty. Royalty, that's who we are. Royalty. We're not allowed to say it's okay to steal. It's okay to kill. We're not allowed to do that. We are only allowed to say, I love that brother, and I'm not going to steal from that brother because he's my brother. I'm not disgusted. I'm not perverted. I'm none of that stuff. You know what I mean? I'm none of that stuff. I'm asking my brother, my sister for forgiveness because I was a stealing bastard. I was a killing bastard. Beg for forgiveness to my brother. Lord willing that he forgive me. And that's my time. This is the Isupk. Start off in 1 West 125th Street under Commander General Yohana. And since 1969, you know what I'm saying, we've been teaching the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. They are the chosen people of God. They are the chosen people of God. And we're not allowed to cheat and steal and rob from one another at all. And that is brotherhood and that is sisterhood. And we need to start learning this. And with that, I'm going to class over to Priest and Officer Abaya.
No sign Christ. Clap it up.